So the Rams went out, acquired Von Miller, signed Odell Beckham to an already loaded team just to beat the 49ers, and they got their ass kicked. I like it. I like it a lot. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Shifty Sports Talk. I'm your boy Shifty. This one goes out to Niner fans near, far, NFL fans, sports fans. You're all welcome here. Today we're talking about the beating that the San Francisco 49ers gave to the LA Rams. The final score in Santa Clara, 49ers 31, Rams 10. 49ers' first home win in over a year at Levi's Stadium, so long overdue. Great to see it. 49ers now move to 4-5, and we are in the thick of it for the final spots in the wild card in the NFC. So really stoked on that. So let's talk about we'll give a quick summary of the game. Started off, Rams had a couple plays, moved the ball. Stafford then heaves it deep looking for Odell Beckham, but Jimmie Ward was playing center field. Bam, picked it off. 49ers then proceed to go on an 18-play, over 11-minute drive that finishes with Jimmy hitting Kittle in the end zone. Great throw, even better catch by Kittle. Awesome start to the game. The start gets even better on the next drive. Rams throw an interception. Higbee muffs the ball, fumbles it, and then Jimmie Ward picks it off, takes it to the end zone. It's 14-0 Niners, and it's almost the end of the first quarter because of the long drive earlier. After that, the Rams trying to kind of get into a rhythm. They end up actually driving down. They score a touchdown. It's 14-7. So then how do the 49ers respond? And this is big time because you have to be able to respond. Well, the Niners respond in epic fashion. 11 plays, another 8 minutes off the clock. Ends with a Deebo Samuel run, which was just a great play call. Great play by Deebo. So then we're pretty much near the end of the second quarter, the first half. The Rams start driving again. The Rams get well within field goal range. I think it was maybe 4th and 7 or 4th and 8. There was about 18 seconds left. You're thinking, okay, maybe they'll kick the field goal, 11-point game, all to play for. But the Rams try a fake field goal and heads up play by DJ Jones to prevent it going for a first down or a touchdown. Big time play by DJ Jones. Halftime, it's 21-7. So we're feeling really, really good. The second half is a lot less eventful. The third quarter, not too much really happened. The Niners kicked a field goal, a long one by Robbie Gould. It was a really nice field goal. After that, the big notable play for the 49ers was 4th and 6. Shanahan trusting Jimmy G and trusting his play calling with Deebo. Jimmy hits Deebo right across the middle. There were 3 Rams around him. Bam, hits him perfectly in stride. Deebo takes it for a 40-yard touchdown. Game, set, match. It's the fourth quarter. There's like 11 minutes left in the game. We're up 21, and the Rams couldn't do anything beyond that. They kicked a meaningless field goal after that. So amazing game. The game plan, everything was awesome. So if we look at how the stats played out, basically an ideal 49er game. Jimmy G was 15 for 19, 182 yards. 2 touchdowns. His quarterback rating was 141.7, and QBR, the ESPN quarterback stat, 95.9. Compare that to Stafford, 26 for 41, 243 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, both at the hands of Jimmie Ward, 67.4 rating, 33.6 QBR. So Stafford, back-to-back games, really rough. Jimmy, statistically, in any way, has actually been really, really good the last few games, so that's awesome to see. I think, we all realize that Trey Lance is going to be the future, but if Jimmy can win us games is, priority number 1, and then also number 2, if he can maybe get us some picks back when we, ideally look to trade him at the end of the year, so that's awesome. Looking at the receivers, so we kind of looked at the quarterback stats. So Deebo, 5 catches, 97 yards, a touchdown. I mean, Deebo has to be in the discussion for, I mean, I wouldn't say he's the best receiver in the NFL, but he has to be in this discussion for being this season, I mean, top 5 for sure. He's number 2 in yards. He's made plays all over the field. So Deebo's awesome. Kittle, another big game too, got a bunch of first downs, had 5 catches, 50 yards, and then had that big touchdown in the first quarter. IU contributed 3 catches, 26 yards. Now for the Rams receiving, Kupp had 11 catches for 122 yards. Honestly, a lot of that came in the second half, almost essentially garbage time. But hey, I guess it all counts, right? So when we look at like the passing game, yeah, Jimmy G was incredibly efficient, excellent on third downs, and what I really liked is that not only did Jimmy G trust his guys, trusted Deebo, trusted Kittle to make the plays, but so did Shanahan in the play calling, and that's evidenced by 4th and 6. They go for it, hit Deebo, bam, touchdown. Both, obviously Kittle, Deebo, big games, excellent play calling. And also, let's give a shout out too for the protection. The O-line did a really good job overall. Unfortunately, rookie Jalen Moore went out injured. Hopefully he's not injured too badly. Tom Compton filled in and did okay. But hopefully Jalen Moore will be all right. And of course, Trent Williams just does Trent Williams things, and he's amazing. Looking at the rushing then, so overall the 49ers weren't the most efficient running the ball, but they ran the ball a whole heck of a lot. So they ended up running the ball 44 times for 156 yards, which is less than 4 yards a carry, which is not super efficient, but they got the big runs when they needed them. And also, the really interesting thing was before the game, Shanahan was like, hey, we want to run the ball 40 times this game, and they hit 44, which is just insane. Mitchell led the way, 27 rushes, 91 yards. Deebo then contributed 5 rushes, 36 yards, had the touchdown as well, the big touchdown that was in the second quarter to make it 21-7. But yeah, the Niners game plan was, I think, basically flawless. On top of that, and it's something that we've talked about so many times on these videos, is the turnovers. Of course, we had the 2 big turnovers, but arguably just as important, we did not turn the ball over. No interceptions, no fumbles. That's how you win games, especially against teams with better records. You got to make the plays when you need them, and you got to not let them make those key plays. The turnover battle is critical. We pulled through. It was awesome. Great win against a good team. The Rams are pretty darn good. So overall, I think this is something that I want to see the 49ers do going forward. When it comes to the game plan, there were so many different things they did, which was awesome. Another big thing was seeing Jeff Wilson out there. He didn't rack up many yards, but he had some big plays, really physical plays. So great to see him back. I think it was awesome to see you got a pretty heavy dose of Mitchell. Then you had another look in Jeff Wilson. And then you also had Deebo back there. There's a lot of misdirections, different types of plays. So the defense, and I said this on the stream, but it forced the defense to maybe stop and think for a second, before, any defensive coordinator. I know when we had Robert Sala, it was always hit him fast, get fast, play fast. But if you can make the defense stop and think for a second before, and then maybe that second can be the second where your guy can break it, whether it's for 5, 10 yards, doesn't have to be the huge play, but if you can get those positive yards, that's critical. So I think the game plan was awesome. We actually didn't run too many play action calls, which was, a little bit interesting because we were running the ball so much. But I think maybe that's something that Shanahan was just kind of seeing what we were doing, liking what we were doing. My only thing, if I had to think of any negative, I can only say is that where has this play calling been all season long? Especially against the Cardinals, it was not ideal. But so we had a great game plan. Hopefully we can build off of this, build that momentum going forward. We have a very winnable game against Jacksonville. If we can get the win there, then we're 5-5. So I really want to see more of this. I want to see more those slants to Deebo. Maybe we can get Ayuk involved. I did like that they threw it a couple of times to Jawan Jennings. I think he could actually end up being a better player than a Mohamed Sanu. Travis Benjamin was out there for a couple of plays. Maybe sometimes we have to sprinkle in a deep pass. When we feel like we can hit the defense, we can hit them long. So overall, great game plan, great execution. Really happy with the results. And hopefully we can keep it forward. Get our superstars the ball in their hands and they make plays. Deebo and Kittle showed that. Let's not forget that the defense overall played really, really well. We only gave up 10 points to an offense that has Stafford, who can definitely throw the ball. They have Cooper Kupp. They have Henderson, who's pretty solid. Michelle's pretty solid. Higbee's pretty solid. They got Odell Beckham. They have a couple of other receivers. Van Jefferson held them to 10 points. So the defense played really well. If I had to be a little bit critical, I would say that the pass rush was very inconsistent. Bosa had a sack. Arden Key had a sack. I want to give a little shout out to actually one of the newly acquired players, which is Charles Menahu, number 92. He looked to get in there and make a couple of plays too, just cause a little pressure. But I think that that's like our big key is we're going to have to find ways to generate pressure because the Rams all game long were just double teaming Bosa. So then that's when guys like Armstead, Jones, Key, Ebukam have to step up and be able to get some pressure. Otherwise, it can really affect us in the future. Overall, I want to give a huge shout out to the secondary. Secondary was awesome. Of course, let's start off Jimmie Ward, the 2 picks. Hufanga, the rookie, played amazing. He had a great play where the ball, Stafford threw it, and it was the Rams receiver, and Hufanga hit him just as the ball arrived, so it wasn't a pass interference. Hit him, knocked the ball out, incomplete pass. Hufanga was actually our highest rated defender according to PFF. Excellent game. He's looking like a real nice pick. Emmanuel Mosley had a really good game too. Very solid in coverage all game long. Almost had a couple of picks. Ball just bounced off his hands. When we look at the linebackers, Fred Warner, although he didn't make any big plays, and I know I've been harping on that all season long, but Fred Warner played pretty solid game. Didn't make any critical mistakes. Alshire, another really good game. I'm still hopeful that Dre Greenlaw can be back sooner rather than later, but overall, got to be happy with it, I think the 49ers can build a lot of confidence from beating a really good Rams team. A Rams team that if you look at any power rankings, they're always in the top 10, top 5. So I think the 49ers have to be feeling really good. That basically, in essence, covers the game. I want to, thank everyone who stopped by at the stream. We got some new moderators there. Of course, we have Geezer as a moderator. We got Christian. We got John as the moderator, so congrats to them. I am going to be streaming the Jaguars game. That's going to be this coming Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Super excited for that. Should be a good game. I'm going to have a video out previewing that game. In addition to that, if any other news comes up, I might be posting another couple of videos as well. But overall, incredibly happy with the win. It's a really good time. I had a great time on the stream. And really, at this point, I guess all I can say is that, you know what, guys? I'm going to catch you all on the flip side.